Coming up on SUTV News, we will be telling you about what's happening on campus.
And more about Cedar City. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Mike Rope, here today to encourage you to connect with 811 before you dig.
And I'm Micro, and I'm here because I love to dig in the dirt.
It's true. He's also here because he's very small and not that bright. Here, for instance, we can see Micro doing what he loves to do. And here we can see the consequences of not doing what he should have done. Dude, why didn't you call 811?
I forgot the number.
See? Not that bright.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Lily Brunson.
And I'm Bryson Olson. The grad fair was held on March 21st and 22nd, preparing SU seniors for commencement. Held at the Hunter Alumni Center, the all-day event gave students a chance to pick up their graduation regalia a month before the ceremony. Students who attended enjoyed music provided by Thunder 91.1, photo opportunities, and free ice cream after they picked up their cap and gown. Representatives from the Alumni Association, bookstore, graduate programs, and advancement office congratulated students and encouraged them to stay involved once they have moved on from their alma mater. One soon-to-be graduate is excited about what comes next.
So I graduated in 2020, so this is my first real graduation, so it's kind of like, I don't know. The first one was anticlimactic, and I feel like this one's like hitting me now already, and so it's like pretty emotional.
On March 13th, students with the SUU Communication Department took a trip up north for the Utah Broadcasting Job Fair at the University of Utah. Along with the job fair, this trip allowed students to tour commercial broadcast stations in Salt Lake City, such as KUER and KSL. During these tours, the students met professionals in the industry and were given valuable insight into the broadcasting career field. With students learning these skills in classes such as audio and video production, this was a priceless opportunity to connect with potential employers. A second trip will take place on April 10th to Las Vegas to explore more opportunities in broadcasting.
Yes, for sure, yeah.
Last week, students were able to hear from their student leaders and representatives. SUSA's monthly town hall event gave an insight to what SU's student government has been up to. We go to our reporter, Brooklyn Monson, for more.
SUU Student Association informs and listens to students at their monthly town hall meetings. There is an open mic there for student concerns.
Town Hall is an event where we come to you as the student government to kind of let you know what we've been working on for the past month and what's upcoming in the next month. So it's a great place to be informed, to come meet the individual executive council members, and just know what's going on around campus.
Okay, so the Senate has been working on some really awesome things.
Common topics that are discussed at these SUSA town halls are recent bills passed by our student senate, architectural changes being made on campus, and meetings being held to help students. In order to entice students to come, there's food served at each event. This time, it was pretzels.
At the town hall, I talked a little bit about how the legislation that was passed this past session affects our campus a little bit. I tried to answer some of the questions and give some reassurance as to what the effects might be. And then I also talked a little bit about the events that my council has been doing, as well as the upcoming events that we have.
SUSA town halls are put on monthly by the student government here in SUSA, just for students to be able to get their questions answered and find out what is happening on campus. For SUTV News, I'm Brooklyn Monson.
Also in SUU news, the university recently held a community conversation to discuss House Bills 261 and 257, recent pieces of legislation that will affect inclusion efforts on campus. Many students expressed distress over these changes and shared worries regarding their future safety and security. Faculty also attended the event, offering support and sharing alternate resources available to students. Ariana Marroquin, SUSA's Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, helped organize this event so that students could hear from their peers and discuss the future of diversity efforts on campus. Hector Cedillo-Tejas is the president of the LSA and a member of the DEI Council. He shared his own feelings about the bill during the conversation.
I think the goal tonight was just kind of to allow students to cry, to feel, to express any frustration, confusion, or anger that they felt toward the bill. Because I mean, we had a couple students just come out today, like they've just been spending the time in the room reading the news and not knowing anybody else to go to or to talk to about it. And so I think this was this environment to allow people to actually grieve, to feel a sense of community, and to hopefully get some change and some hope and courage out of all of this.
SU students now have a chance to make a difference and get involved on campus for the next school year. The SU Student Association, commonly known as SUSA, is currently accepting applications for various applied positions. Whether you're passionate about marketing, planning events, clubs, student life, or other areas, this is an opportunity for you to shape SUU campus. Applications are due by April 3rd at 11:59 p.m., so don't miss your chance to apply. SUSA is dedicated to helping all students feel like they belong and find success along the way. For more information about applying, visit the ST177 in the Student Center, or you can also find out more from current student leaders here on campus. Get involved, make connections, and build your leadership skills with a position in SUSA.
SUTV recently gave the opportunity to WonderPath to come into the studio to learn about news production. WonderPath is a group made up of homeschool students and parents who gain knowledge through new experiences. The group had the opportunity to try out all different aspects of news production, from camera work to technical directing. Students in the TV practicum also had the opportunity to share their knowledge with the kids, assisting in many aspects of the day. An educational experience for everyone involved, SUTV hopes to welcome WonderPath back again soon.
Stay tuned for more on what's going on in the outdoors here on SUTV News.
We'll be right back.
Oh, hey, bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah?
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Welcome back to SUTV News. As the warm weather becomes more common, Cedar City locals are itching to play outside. Cedar's Park Discovery is well known for its expansive play area and engaging activities. The play structures include slides, swings, and all manner of play vehicles, in addition to an outdoor theater and a walking trail. The park is located at the top of Lay Hill behind the Iron County School District building. For those looking to have a fun day with family outside, Park Discovery is a must visit.
Many parts of the country have gotten unusual weather this past winter. Reporter John Smith tells about a very unusual sight in the California desert.
Typically, visitors to Death Valley National Park come to see the hottest spot on the planet. They come to see the interesting rocks and the desert wildflowers. They come to see one of the driest places on Earth. But for the past few months, many have come for a different reason. They've come to see a lake that only shows up every 25 to 100 years.
An amazing sight. You never would have expected that. I used to come to the desert in California, and it was always so hot and dry. This is just, it's a miracle.
This miracle came about from hurricane rains last November. While the lake filled, nobody could get here because most of the park's roads were damaged by flooding. Now the roads are fixed, and the tourists have come.
It's just crazy that this is one of the driest places in the world, and now there's a lake that you can effectively boat on. I walked out there this morning and I had my tripod set up, and it was gorgeous. It was calm. You could see the reflections of the mountains in the water, the pink clouds. It was absolutely beautiful.
The lake is about 2 feet deep, 6 miles long, and 2 miles across. There's a sign on the valley wall showing the lake to be over 200 feet below sea level. Salt crystals float on the water surface.
The intent was to drive seven hours, camp here at night, and then come over here during the day, and then drive home tonight. So it's a very specific trip with the intent to slowly do the once-in-a-lifetime kayaking.
Park officials estimate the lake will be here for another couple of months, and people can continue to wade in from the boardwalk. But later, after SUTV shot this video, the park closed the lake to boating because of the damage to the mudflats from people walking on the mud with their boats to get to the water.
It's incredible. Truly incredible.
Yeah, it's been pretty awesome to see.
For a brief period, some boaters got to experience a once-in-a-lifetime event, boating in Death Valley. For SUTV News, I'm John Smith.
During this cold season, there are fewer places to be outdoors. For a place with the right temperature and plenty of room to move around, Quail Creek State Park is a great choice. Quail Creek State Park is located in Hurricane, about 10 minutes from St. George. The temperatures are perfect for families or friends to go relaxing. Because of the cold weather, a lot of people who live in Cedar City choose this place for fishing. Not only that, but the park also opens up a water park in the summer where kayaks are available for rent. Inflatable platforms are set up on the water during the summer for an adventurous experience. This is a rare experience during this season where you can get close to nature for outdoor activities.
Especially like during the winter season, because we're from Cedar City, so when it's cold you can't really go to the lakes up there as much. So down here it's nicer because it stays pretty warm down here. So
as the weather warms up, more students are looking for outdoor activities. Our reporter William Heaton has more.
The Southern Utah University Outdoor Center is encouraging students to plan their next outdoor adventure. Inside you'll find helpful reference guides on worthwhile travel locations and rentable supplies.
SU Outdoors is essentially a social hub where we have all sorts of activities like trips and our local LEAP events. We also do a bunch of gear rentals. Basically everything that you see in this shop is rentable. All the stuff behind me is to buy. Basically just want to get SU students outdoors.
In addition to supplying student trips, the center also arranges events for the student community.
We have all of our events listed and scheduled out. On one of the monitors we'll have our trips. Those are the ones that go outside of Cedar City, and they're more like our bigger trips. Some are free, some cost, depends on the trip. But there's like hiking and camping and river rafting and some other fun bigger trips. And then on the other monitor we have our local events that are like a 30-minute drive.
With trips near and far and supplies to assist in any outdoor activities, the SUU Outdoor Center encourages students to stop by and map out their next adventure. Reporting for SUTV News, I'm William Heaton.
Coming up on SUTV, we've got the weather. Stay tuned.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to SUTV Weather. I'm Christina Schweiss. Today is March 28th, 2024, and we are here, of course, in the beautiful land of Cedar City. Now, happy Thursday. It is also Easter weekend, or it's about to be Easter weekend. So look at the cute little chick, look at the cute little bunny, and look at the beautiful tulips that are blooming somewhere other than Cedar City because we are still basically in winter. And of course, I have to acknowledge my best friend and professor, John Smith, and look at what he's holding. A bouquet of tulips. Isn't that incredible? I worked so hard on that, so of course, our Where's John is right here, dead center, little tiny baby John, and it's so cute. If you want to see more John content, DM me at cm_Schweiss on Instagram. And then weather forecast, let's take a look. Thursday today is partly cloudy and very, very windy. The wind gusts are up to 30 miles per hour, so make sure you are not wearing a hat. Otherwise, it will blow off, as sadly my roommate experienced earlier today. The high is 57 and the low is 38. And then on Friday, it is cloudy, which is tomorrow, and the high is 52 and the low is 35. And Saturday, for those of you going to the Lee Brice concert in St. George, be careful and get ready with ponchos because it is going to be cloudy with a 40% chance of rain. The high will be 48 and the low will be 36. On Sunday, it'll be cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 31. On Monday, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 46 and a low of 28. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are looking up for us. They're both going to be sunny with a high of 55 on Tuesday and a high of 62 on Wednesday. And then there will be a low of 29 on Tuesday and a low of 28 on Wednesday. And then looking at our radar, as you can see, Cedar City doesn't really have much. Right now, we are basically focusing on the wind that we're dealing with because a storm is going to be coming through, sadly, this weekend. But up north, if you're going to be traveling, it is a little more damp. There's a little bit more precipitation. So just be warned, make sure your wipers are cleaned off. And then things to do on cloudy days, since we're still dealing with that. Walk. While the sun is away, take a stroll, take a hot girl walk while it's cool. Watch a movie, go to the theater and see what's new, or stream something that piques your interest. Of course, read, which is the cloudy weather, is perfect time to read or learn something new, and then dream about sunny days. We're almost there, people. I can feel it. And of course, I want to say happy birthday to Reba McEntire. She is 69 years old today. I love her. If you're a country music fan, like myself, you know who this icon is. She's a legend. She's one of my idols. And then, of course, it's Raining Men. Who is our man of the day? It is Steven Tyler, Steven Victor Tallarico. He is the lead singer of Aerosmith, and he just turned 76 on Tuesday. And so don't forget to smile at someone today, and we'll take it back to the desk.
Thanks for that update, Christina.
It is a perfect day to read, and what better to read than the newly released, fresh off the press University Journal. These magazines are going to be available all over campus starting tomorrow, or you can stop by the newsroom in EVT 209 to pick one up. Have you picked up yours yet, Bryson?
I have not. I'm going to have to go pick one up
All
right
right,
today.
well, you can have my copy for now, unless I want to read it during the break. But coming up on SUTV, we have more on SUU athletics and national sports news.
Stay tuned.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Welcome to SUTV Sports. I'm Gabe Small. On Monday, March 4th, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds hosted the Brigham Young University Cougars in gymnastics, but one gymnast really left her mark on the program.
Competed in the all-around every week.
This last Monday, the Southern Utah Thunderbirds faced off against Brigham Young University in gymnastics. Although it was a close affair, the Thunderbirds came out on top with a score of 197.125. One standout from the meet was Nia Randolph, who boasted an impressive all-around score of 39.6, setting the standard for both the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation and the Southern Utah record books.
We kind of knew this was an eventuality for Nia. She's that good on everything. And up till this point, she'd pick one event just to kind of mess up a little bit on, but not tonight. She looked pretty solid everywhere, and I'm so proud of that kid. She's been knocking on that door for a while.
While she has already set the record for both the MPSF and for SUU, freshman Nia Randolph is very excited about her future here at SUU.
I'm so excited for my future here. Being just a freshman, I know this team can grow a lot more, and we all can just build together, and next 4 years will be great.
If you want to keep up to date on SUU gymnastics, follow SUU Gymnastics on Instagram. With SUTV News, I'm Gabriel Small.
The SUU men's golf team finished their season at the UC San Diego Invitational. Junior Rashawn Williams had the best finish out of the Thunderbirds, finishing tied for 13th, shooting +2. The SUU softball team is traveling to Texas this weekend to take on the University of Texas at Arlington. Head coach Don Williams spoke on the upcoming matchup, stating that there are no easy road games in the WAC. Pitching, hitting, and defense need to show up in order to compete on the road. The first pitch of the series is set for tomorrow, March 29th at 3 p.m., and the game can be streamed on ESPN+. Today marks the start of the Sweet 16 in the NCAA basketball tournament. Marquee matchups today include Arizona versus Clemson and a rematch of last year's national championship game between UConn and San Diego State. In football news, the Rock's new football league, the United Football League, kicks off this Saturday at 11 a.m. on Fox, with the first game in league history being played between the Arlington Renegades and the Birmingham Stallions. In NBA news, the Jazz continued to build on their losing ways last night, losing to the San Antonio Spurs 118-111, increasing their losing streaks to 7 games. The Jazz were led by Colin Sexton, who finished the game with 26 points. That's all we have for today. From SUTV Sports, I'm Gabe Small.
Thanks for the update, Gabe.
I hear there's also a sports article in the new UJ.
Yes, there is. On the cover is Cade Brazier, one of our basketball players. There's an awesome article about him. There's also an article about 2 SUU alumni who worked at the Super Bowl. Are you a football fan?
I'm not.
Me neither, but you should read it anyway because they're SUU alumni. This whole journal is focused on the T-Bird family and the organizations and people who make SUU a community, really.
I find the stories about people, I think, always tend to do so much better because you can actually connect with them and not just be like, oh yeah, this thing happened.
Yeah. Well, next time we will talk about things happening on campus.
We'll be right back.
Welcome back to SUTV. I'm Lily Brunson. Chick-fil-A is located in the Sharwin-Smith Student Center and feeds members of the SUU student population every day. SUTV went to learn more about this campus staple. SUU's favorite on-campus dining option is Chick-fil-A. The popular fast food chain known for their chicken, lemonade, and milkshakes is frequented by students every day. Chick-fil-A team lead Kylie Gale helps feed these hungry students and create a friendly and fast-paced atmosphere.
It's just got a really great atmosphere, one of the best work atmospheres I've ever worked in. Everyone's always more like a family than a team. We love working well together and communicating with each other, and there's just always this really fun, lighthearted, happy energy around us.
T-Birds love their Chick-fil-A, and campus dining services even has a meal plan option that is exclusive to the restaurant. With few on-campus options for a meal between classes, there's almost always a line.
Usually when I'm here I get the #1 deluxe without pickles, but today try not to spend as much money and just kind of study pick-me-up, so just fries and ice cream cone.
Students looking for a midday treat on campus have limited options. One student hopes that dining services will eventually expand.
I wish that there was Taco Bell, I wish that there was Wendy's, McDonald's.
Until then, T-Birds will continue enjoying Chick-fil-A for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For SUTV News, I'm Lily Brunson.
There are soda shops aplenty all around Cedar City, but up Highway 130 past the bowling alley in Enoch lies one of the area's lesser-known soda establishments. The Big Sipper recently received a minor overhaul and offers numerous out-of-this-world specialties such as the Sunbeam and the Shooting Star. Want to add some taste to your water? Try one of the Planet Hydrate waters such as the Zero Gravity. Be sure to give one of the gourmet popcorns a try as well. The Big Sipper might be a little bit out of the way, but this outer space-inspired soda shop is well worth the blast off to Enoch.
Cedar City residents are already going bananas for the newest treat shop in town. Dippers serves frozen delights in the form of chocolate-dipped bananas with toppings of all shapes and varieties. Run by local SUU students and siblings Olivia and Ian Small, Dippers got started with a booth at the Cedar City Farmers Market. On January 30th, the duo opened up their official location and were met with incredible reception. Dippers is located at 18 North 100 West across from the Johnson Center here in Cedar City and welcomes all in their new adventure.
While on the topic of the food scene in Cedar City, the International Food and Festival Night gave students the opportunity to sample foods from around the world. Students were able to go on a culinary and cultural journey around the world without even leaving Cedar City. Attendees visited countries like Japan and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Each booth was a gateway to a different corner of the globe, offering authentic dishes, traditional drinks, and arts and crafts. Each item reflected the rich tapestry of the different cultures present. There was something there for everyone to enjoy. There was even live entertainment from the Pacific Islander Student Association. This night was a true melting pot of cultures where people from all walks of life came together to share in the joy of food and connection. The International Food and Festival Night was a celebration of diversity, unity, and the universally loved language of food.
It's just to meet new people because everyone shows because it's free food, so everyone's like, oh, we love free food. And then you can meet so many people and you can also get to know the culture about all the countries that we're putting food for. So I think it's just amazing because it helps people opening about like internationally what are the culture, what food are like people eating in which countries, and I think it's a great event.
In spring 2024, the three hosts of Thunder 91's morning radio show, The Morning Brew, are celebrating a whole year of working the show together. Christina Schweiss, Aiden Mortensen, and Cormac Bone have changed how they ran the show from when they first started in spring of 2023. This year, each weekday has its own special minigame like Would You Rather Wednesday or Tangent Tuesday. Aiden and Christina will be graduating at the end of this year, so stay tuned to hear who hosts next. You can listen into the show every weekday from 7 to 8 in the morning on Thunder 91.1 FM.
Recently, SUU students were treated to a day off in order to celebrate the Festival of Excellence. The Festival of Excellence, according to SUU.edu, is an annual one-day event which celebrates scholarship in all forms across campus. SUU looks to students and employees to present their major projects, research, and other scholarly activities to the SUU community. Through this research and through interdisciplinary conversations, SUU looks to encourage lifelong learning.
Well, the last thing I have to say is please go pick up the UJ.
Do it.
I think all of us have written for the UJ, or for at least SUNews.net at some point, right?
Yes.
So much.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's a great time. It's a lot, and there's a lot of cool stuff in this edition.
You got these cool little Polaroid type photos
Yeah,
on the cover.
all
it's really
throughout
fun.
it. That's what you've got.
Photos taken here in the studio.
Yeah, exactly. We're very
Shout out.
collaborative here in the comm department.
Lily, which story did you write in this?
I wrote an article called Found Families about the Center for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and the Q Center.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And also, happy birthday, Lily.
Thank you.
That's so
Thanks,
exciting.
guys.
22.
Thank you.
Woo!
I'm 22
It's
today.
officially in your Taylor Swift year.
Oh, incredible.
Exciting.
A new era, as they would say.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. That's all we have for you. I'm Bryson Olson.
I'm Lily Brunson.
I'm Gabe Small.
And I'm Christina Schweiss. Tune in next week for more.
Go
Birds!
And
In every family, small conversations can make a big impact. I grew up on tour with my parents. Kind of different, but we bonded over music just like other families do over sports, camping, or other interests. And we talked. Little everyday conversations from silly to serious that built a foundation over time. Honest conversations, like when my dad shared his experiences as an alcoholic.
Your honesty about that part of your life gave me a sense of integrity that I wanted to uphold in my own life. And I was so grateful that you and Mom had become these sober, stable people who were always there for me.
I wanted you to know from someone who's been in recovery more than 30 years now that hard work is what creates success, not alcohol or other drugs, whether it's music or anything else. I said it a lot, and I'm glad you took it to heart.
Talk, they hear you. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.